Hello, gamers, and welcome to the gaming news here. And we're here today to finally talk about the winners of the awards for this year's Game Awards 2024. The winner list has now been revealed. It was a great show last night. Even though for us in the UK we had to stay up till after midnight to see it, but usually the only show that Jeff does that usually drags on from midnight onwards, mainly because of how big the Game Awards, was going to be this year for its 10th anniversary. But despite that, we have the winners for the awards. And by the way, for anybody who doesn't want to know the winners and want to see it for themselves, um, I will definitely put some like spoiler warning stuff on the description of the video so that like, okay, maybe best to turn away if you want to remain spoiler free about who's won the awards, etc. If that really matters to you, then there'll definitely be some spoiler warnings for those who want to try and avoid, and maybe even click off the video if you really don't want to know who's won certain awards, etc. Or if you are not too fussed about the awards, then we're going to go through all the winners for all the different categories that were announced that had winners. And so we're going to focus on the Game Awards winners on this video. And next week, we're going to be taking a look at all the announcements that took place at the Game Awards. There was a ton of them. So we'll definitely discuss about that in our gaming news special next week. So be sure to tune in next week if you want to know all the cool, exciting games that are to come. So yeah, if anybody doesn't want to know about the winners of the Game Awards, now's the time to click off. All right, so let's take a look and see who's won a Game Awards this year, shall we? So the first award was actually a new award that's been added to the Game Awards, and it's the Game Changer Award. Now, for those of you who are curious what the Game Changer is, essentially it's basically an award to basically award someone who has contributed to change in the gaming industry and in the gaming community. The first recipient of that award is Myra Stalvia, who has basically the reason why he's won an award is because he made a commitment to try and save as many developers from from being out of work. He was able to contribute to try and get as many developers back into work as humanly possible so that more and more developers can realize their dreams and continue working in the gaming industry. And you have to give him props for doing that, because he did that in the pandemic, because he realized that it was unacceptable that people were getting laid off for no reason. So he kind of did something about it, and that's why he won this award. So really big props for him for winning that award. And then the next three awards are obviously esports awards. So we have best esports team T1, best esports athlete Faker, even a bit of a weird name for an athlete for esports, but there you go. Then we have esports games, League of Legends. And then we have the most anticipated game, which of course is GTA 6. And I'm very surprised that we didn't see any announcements about GTA 6 this December. So I'm taking it. I think it's safe to say that we're probably not going to be getting any more updates from Rockstar until 2025 regarding GTA 6. So hopefully, sometime in the new year, we'll get some updates from them about what's happening with GTA 6 and about the sort of marketing we can expect when the game finally releases at the end of next year. That's the plan that Rockstar has laid out. Now, the best adaptation in terms of like films and TV show obviously has to be Fallout, because of the fact that the Fallout TV series is the reason why people are coming back to Fallout. So thanks to the TV series, more people are returning to Fallout. So, and obviously there's going to be a series 2 coming out next year, which you can look forward to on Amazon. Then we have Best Debut Indie Game, which is Bounterulo, which had got its first award by becoming the best indie game. So that's their first win of the evening. Content Creator of the Year went to Cascado, won the Best Content Creator of the Year. So congrats to them. The Best Multiplayer Game first award for PlayStation was Helldivers 2. So yes, their first PlayStation's first win of the Game Awards this year, which is a big, obviously really nice to see that they managed to get the best multiplayer game, which means that they've beaten Treyarch's Black Ops, which is pretty huge to think about because usually Treyarch wins these awards, but they didn't win any this year, which was a bit of a surprise. But then we have Best Sports and Racing Game went to EA Sports FC 2025. Obviously, really well deserved for well, obviously, it was pretty obvious that EA Sports was going to win, probably win this award because of their football legacy, even though most people don't like the microtransactions side of the game, which is usually the criticism side of the game. Then we have the best sim and strategy game. That went to Frostpunk 2. They won the strategy game of the year. And then the best family game, another win for Sony, Astrobot, becoming the best family game of the year. Well deserved, considering Astrobot has become very big on PlayStation in the last few years, especially with the success of Astro's Playroom with the PS5, where you can get that for free by simply buying a PS5. And then you have Astrobot, which is essentially the follow-up to the Astro's Playroom that came out alongside the PS5 back in 2020. So this is really good to see Astrobot's becoming a household name now. Then we have Best Fighting Game, Tianka 8. They got the Best Fighting Game this year. The Best Role-Playing Game was Mepapar Re-Fantasian, got the Best Role-Playing Game. And then we have the Best Action Adventure Game. Again, another win for Sony, Astrobot. They won this award again. So second win for Astrobot for the evening. And then the Best Action Game, of course, would go to Black Myth One Kind. Obviously, well-deserved game. The game's done really, really well, and it's still due to be coming to Xbox in the near future. So hopefully, an Xbox release is right around the corner for that game, considering Xbox players really want to play it. Then we have Best VR and AR Game. I know my friend Snowy was hoping for Metal Hellsinger to win this, but unfortunately, Batman Arkham Knight did hype up people so much that it won the award, considering it's the Batman. Batman's been here for over 50 years, so of course it makes sense that Batman was going to get it. And then we have Innovation of Accessibility. This went to the only win for Ubisoft, which is Prince of Per: The Lost Crown. Yeah, so surprise, surprise, Ubisoft managed to get one award this year, which is the Accessibility Award. So this is the only award that Ubisoft was able to get this year, considering the circumstances they're facing right now. But we'll see if they can turn things around next year. The best community support, of course, goes to Baldur's Gate 3. They were the game of the year last year. They won the community support this year. And then we have 2 wins in a row for Ballaroo for best mobile game and best independent game. So that means they've had a total of 3 wins this year for that game. Helldivers 2 would get its gets its second win with the best ongoing game. So this is another win for Sony. And then we have the Games for Impact that went for Navia, who won that award. Obviously, the games that was making an impact into the climate, etc. Best performance went to Mel Jenkins, who plays Sunan in Sunan Saga Hellblade 2. Really well deserved. She did an amazing performance in the captures of Hellblade 2, as we saw in the behind the scenes video earlier this year. Obviously, the game's doing really well. So much well that they even won the best audio design for that game as well. So another two awards for Hellblade 2. And then Final Fantasy XVII Rebirth did win an award. They won the best score in music, considering Final Fantasy has been really good when it comes to music and score and soundtrack area as their speciality. So they've been doing really well on that front. And then we have Megaforce, who added 2 more wins to their catalogue by winning the best art direction and best narrative for this year. So that game's managed to win 3 awards this year. And then we come to the final 3 awards. So another win for PlayStation for Best Game Direction for Astrobot. Astrobot's doing really, really well this year. They've been able to get another win with the Best Game Direction. The Player's Voice Award went straight to Black Myth Wonka. So 2 wins for Black Myth Wonka, obviously, because the game's doing well. Hopefully, it will continue to do well as we head into 2025. And then, of course, the Game of the Year. The one that I'm sure a lot of people thought it was going to be Black Myth Wonka that was going to get the Game of the Year. But actually, surprisingly, PlayStation finally got it on their 30th anniversary. They finally got their first Game of the Year win, thanks to Astrobot, who finally bagged Game of the Year, really well deserved as well, considering it's a platform game that celebrates 30 years of PlayStation history. They've got lots of PlayStation characters in there from God of War, Horizon. I believe they should be adding Spider-Man in the game at some point, or at least they're going to hopefully be adding Spider-Man eventually. They've also added Helldiver characters in there. They've added all sorts of PlayStation characters have recently, and they celebrate the history of PlayStation through Astrobot, which is really well done, as they did in the Playroom as well. So yes, well, really well deserved. Astrobot becoming this year's Game of the Year, and obviously bagging Sony their very first Game of the Year win, or in fact their first Game of the Year win for a while actually for them. So this is really good to see that on their 30th anniversary, the company managed to get Game of the Year. So I'm sure this is going to make Sony very proud, and hopefully they'll continue this momentum heading into 2025. Obviously, with the Ghost of Tsushima sequel, which we know is also on the way for PlayStation, and they've also got they've got some other games on the pipeline, which you'll find out in the Game Awards announcement special video we're going to be doing next week. So there you go. So these are all the winners for the 2024 Game Awards award winners themselves. Let me know in the comment section how you feel about the award winners this year. Is there any of your favorites that you're very happy have won, or is there some games that you kind of wish should have won the awards, which is very understandable. Some people may prefer other games than others, but I mean, I'm actually kind of pleased that Black Myth Wonka won an award. I'm glad that GTA 6 won an award, so hopefully that kind of gives me somewhat hopes that next year is probably going to be Rockstar's year, considering they're highly anticipated next year. So we know that 2025 is going to be a big year for Rockstar, knowing that GTA 6 is going to be the hype of the century for them, and it's bound to be next year's Game of the Year. And I wouldn't be surprised if it dominates that award next year because of how big Rockstar is. You know, they're really there's a lot of pressure going into GTA 6, so I'm sure they're going to deliver, considering they've always delivered with GTA games. So yeah, so it's going to be it's going to be a very tough year for other games to compete with GTA 6 in 2025. I can definitely imagine it's going to be it's going to be a nightmare for all these other publishers who are going to try to have some success despite GTA 6 dominating the marketing and the release and the sales of the year, which we all know is going to be the highlight of the year next year, I'm sure, for a lot of people. But however, though, I'm pleased to also let you know, thanks because Jeff Kinney even announced this during the show, that next year's Game Awards has been dated, and it's going to be happening on the 11th of December, 2025. Yes, we'll do this all over again on the 11th of December next year, when we'll have the 2025 Game Awards, where we'll probably find out whether GTA 6 is going to dominate the award wins next year. I'm sure it probably will, considering it's Rockstar and they love to bag loads of wins when a new GTA comes around. So it's bound to be they're bound to win a lot of awards next year. I can definitely sense that. But yeah, we'll find out how it all goes at the end of next year and see if any other games are out there to compete with GTA 6 as the year progresses. But nevertheless, let me know in the comment section how you feel about the award winners this year, and then we're going to be doing a special next week, which will be my final gaming news video of the year, covering all the announcements of the Game Awards 2024, where we wrap up the gaming news for this year. And, we can all enjoy Christmas and enjoy the festivities before we start again in the new year and get ready for all the new games that are to come. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in that special next week. So see you then.